multiplying complex fractions, these are going to be some more work, kind of tedious, but that's okay. We're just putting together ideas we've already been doing in this chapter. We want to end up, our goal is to get a fraction divided by a fraction. Once we get to this point, we can work with it. Right now we have one fraction in the top, so we're good there. In the bottom though, we have a fraction plus a fraction. We want to actually do this addition so we have one fraction in our denominator. So if I'm looking at adding these, so I am just going to pull these out and let's do this addition. We have 4 over x plus 1 plus 6 over x. And we want to have a common denominator. Well, here we have an x plus 1, so we see that as one unit. And over on the other fraction we have an x. So we need an x here, top and bottom. So now they both have an x, and then we need an x plus 1 over here. So now they both have an x. X plus 1 is the denominator. So that x plus 1 is our denominator. For the numerator, we have x times 4 or 4x, and then plus, because we're adding our fractions, 6 times x plus 1. So now we're going to do some distributing. We want to clean up our numerator. We're going to multiply that out. So really we have 4x plus 6x plus 6. And we have the 4x and the 6x we can combine to give us 10x plus 6 over x times x plus 1. So now we can get to our goal of fraction divided by a fraction. So if I rewrite this, we have 16 over x minus 2 divided by, now this whole thing we added up to get 10x plus 6 over x times x plus 1. Alright, so now we get to deal with our fraction divided by a fraction. Now remember, we never have to divide fractions. We get to, instead of dividing, we flip the second one and multiply. So we actually multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to leave the top one the same, 16 divided by x minus 2. I change to multiplication, and the second fraction, or this one, I'm going to multiply by its reciprocal. So we're going to flip that and have x times x plus 1 over 10x plus 6. Okay, now anytime we multiply fractions, we do want to make sure we have everything in factored form. Our 16 is good, the x minus 2, x times x plus 1. This 10x plus 6, we actually can factor that, so hopefully it's okay. I'm just going to erase this. And we're going to notice that we can factor out of that a 2. And I'm just looking back at it over here. Factor out a 2, and we're left with x plus 3. Okay, so in multiplying fractions, we just make it one big fraction and do our multiplication. So we have, I'm looking to see if anything will cancel, and really I'm not seeing anything, but what I am noticing is we have a 16 over 2. We can take both of these and divide them by 2. 16 divided by 2 is 8, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So in the end we have 8 times x plus 1 over x minus 2 times x plus 3. And we are done. So like I said, we're really just bringing together ideas from the chapter. Right here we added fractions together, and once we had our fractions added together, then we went to dividing fractions, which really ended up being multiplying fractions to lead us to the end right there.